Man, morning comes early. A stiff cup of coffee helps warm my sleepy body. Nobody's in the gym. Not many are even awake at this hour. This is my time. My sacred span of uninterrupted, unadulterated, sweaty bliss. Ever since I was a little kid, I dreamt of that big stage, competing against the best in the world. But right now, in this early hour, that kind of wishful thinking is miles away. My warm bed and heated car seats make those valuable days spent in Ukraine seem like prison. Winter is quickly coming to Kiev, all but choking the complete life out of nature and man, only to revive it stronger. Lonely hours spent in the gym in search of something greater than myself were no different in any country. Sport binds both me and my fellow gymnasts from across the planet. If you're anything like me, you failed. A lot. Most people prefer not to think about their shortcomings, their inability to rise to any given occasion. I don't see failure as necessarily something negative. I see it as simply a way to not do something. A skill, a job, a relationship. We're not always going to bat 1,000. Rejection and failure are inherent to growth. Ask yourself, who do you want to be? What kind of mark do you want to leave on this world? Maybe it's just because I'm a stubborn bastard, but I know what I want. Do you? If I had a dime for every time I failed, I could have retired a long time ago. One particular incident still haunts me to this day. A wrong landing, at the wrong time, and the lead up to the Olympic trials was all I needed to irrevocably screw my knee out of working properly again for years to come. Before this dismount, I knew my ACL was gone. I knew I had done something bad, deep inside, where later an MRI would make it look like a bomb exploded all around the critical ligaments that keep my knee in place. But even as they pushed me out of the arena in a wheelchair, I knew in that moment I'd be back. I knew no injury would keep me down for long. I like this quote by former President Teddy Roosevelt. He said, "It's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbled, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs and comes up short again and again, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat." I came back from that devastating fall. More than a few times, did the therapy, the positive thinking, and never gave up. What I'm doing here in these videos, in a large sense, is no different than the struggles you face every single day of your life. Some are bigger than others. Some are like an amalgamation of a whole bunch of little choices, who perhaps add up to something big. Regardless of the task, you will inevitably fail. Life will kick you in the ass and laugh at you while you're feeling sorry for yourself. That's just the way it is. Think you'll meet the perfect girl on your next date? Think the resume you submitted last week will land you that six-figure job? The next time you go for a run, it might be your last pain-free time of exercise before 3 knee replacements leaves you doubting not just yourself, but everything and everyone that this crazy world puts out in front of you. Sounds morbid, doesn't it? Frickin' depressing. Yeah, but I also know the most successful, happy among us are aware of the downsides, yet hopeful for the good. They don't simply draw their curtains and hide away from the world. They're honest with themselves, recognize what could happen, and go for it anyway. Even more strangely is when we're given the opportunity to fail, yet turn it into a blessing. That, my friends, is called courage.